This podcast is for a mature audience and may be viewed as inappropriate or insensitive to some. Listener discretion is advised. The intention is to share conversation of like and unlike-minded individuals as they try to be the best them they can be in a life full of challenges, searching for love, acceptance, and positivity. Call 669-241-1422 and share yourself or catch up with Sweet Baby Jay for an anonymous face-to-face interview. Feel free to call in with questions, stories, thoughts, or anything you would love to talk about and share. Nothing is off the table when talking sweet with Sweet Baby Jay at 669-241-1422.
As always, it's a no face, no case scenario, but we give everybody the opportunity to share their name. Big boss, what's your name, man?
Nino.
All right, we got Big Nino right here. Nino Brown, the baddest dude in town. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's poppin', Playboy? How's life going for you?
Everything going good, man. Just chilling, trying to maintain, get through this pandemic.
Shh. This shit messing everybody up, yo.
Word.
It's changing lives, left and right and left. It's not even a game. Taking lives, too.
Yeah, facts.
I ain't lying, man. How's it going for you with all this corona?
Man, everything going good, just trying to stay indoors, mask up, all you could do is protect yourself at all times.
You married, single, kids?
Single now, divorced for about 3 years.
Word?
Yeah.
How long was you married, Playboy?
5 years.
That's a short-term bid.
Yeah, short term.
That's like a little robbery bid right there.
Yeah.
Damn, man. You didn't want to catch the murder, go do the life with it. What happened, man?
Nah. So things just got a little out of control, and I wouldn't say I was perfect. Not everybody's perfect. So I made my mistake in the past. We got past it. We try to build on it, learn from it. Of course, once you mess up, the trust is broken.
What'd you do, Playboy, man? You sound like you was messing around. What happened?
Yeah, well, long story short, what happened was, it's funny because I was paying for my car note. One day they messed up and screwed up and they didn't post my payment, although I made the payment. So they tried to give me some charges and some fees and things like that. So when I called, there was a manager who got on the phone. And she was real polite. She helped me out. She figured out the whole situation. So I was like, boom.
I see where this is
I'm
going.
Gucci. So I'm like, all right, next time I call, I'm going to just holler at you. You was able to handle it real quick. Ain't give me to run around. Ain't transfer me 10 times before I could get something figured out. So she's like, yeah, there's my email. You holler at me anytime you need. Boom.
You took that to heart, Playboy?
Took it all the way. I went out swinging.
Took it to heart.
Hey, if you don't take the shot, you're going to miss it.
You ain't lying. Total facts.
So I had shot her email, and then I thanked her basically for helping me out. Everything got situated. I was back on track. And then one thing just led to another. Conversation sparked through there to the point where she was contacting me through the email only during her work hours. She was married as well.
Okay.
But she was upfront about it. She was very blunt about it. She was like, dude ain't laying it down right.
Oh, man. Oh, so she just put it out there
She put it out there.
Pipe game is weak?
Straight up.
Wow.
No hesitation. She said pipe game weak. She said dude ain't like when she wore lingerie, none of that. I'm like, damn, what dude don't like this shit?
But you know something? That's actually something pretty common that I've heard in the past about husbands not liking the effort that a female puts. And that's quite insulting.
Right.
Quite insulting. Yo, I knew this female whose husband did not like the fact that she really wanted to perform oral on him. He hated that.
Right. So she mentioned that as well. That was the next thing she said. She's like, yo, he don't like that I go down on him.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, that's crazy. I never heard of that before.
And this is just throughout the conversational pieces of it.
Just off rip.
Wow. She needed somebody to open up to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it happened right away. I guess since she knew I was married, and then she would just shoot me the emails and talk only through business hours, 9 to 5.
And the pictures, there was pictures too?
Yeah, that came later on. So once it was time to go, she's like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I'm getting ready to go. I'll talk to you tomorrow. So I'm like, all right. So it was on the schedule basis.
Oh, okay.
So I just kept up with it. And one thing led to another. Of course, she sent some pictures. After about probably a couple weeks, then we exchanged phone numbers and I guess she got a little more confident.
So wait, she sent pictures before she even exchanged numbers?
Yeah.
Wow.
She was really trying to keep it on the low.
Wow. Did these pictures include her face too?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so she sent that, boom. The first one was her face. After that, it just led to, boom, here's the ass shot. wow. You know, and,
It's
and
like,
it was sitting right.
I could work with that.
It was sitting right. And I'm like, damn. You know, he ain't want to see this in lingerie. I'll be happy seeing this in jeans.
Yeah, right. Yo, put on some Timbs, boo-boo.
Yeah.
Just Timbs.
Word. Then we exchanged phone numbers, and she would still contact me only through those hours.
Yeah, because she got to report to the
she
boss
really
when she get
ain't
home.
want to mess up her marriage because she said straight up, the dude's a good dude. He take care of everything. He just ain't providing. And to that point.
Yeah.
She was just looking for a quick tune-up.
You just happen to be the mechanic on schedule, huh?
Right.
Yo, this my shift, baby. Every time you're around, it's my shift.
I'm on call.
I ain't mad at you, man.
We exchanged phone numbers. We would contact through text messages. And after probably, I say like a month in, it was a real short term. And my ex-wife, who was my wife at the time, she never used to go through my phone, nothing like that. We didn't have that type of relationship. And
She had an itch.
so
She had a nosy itch.
Right. So it just came out the blue.
Yo,
And she like, yo, I had a dream last night that you was cheating on me.
So she said that?
Yeah. And so the following morning, she decides she's going to log into the phone bill and start checking the phone bill.
Start checking the phone records?
She didn't even go for the phone. She went for the record.
So let me tell you something, my man. This is something that I have learned in my life.
Yeah.
Yo, technology is not for men.
Right.
It's not for men in relationships.
Right.
Like if you're trying to get one popping, your technology's in your favor. But if you're in a relationship, your technology is specifically there for women to track you.
Right.
Because men are just dumb when it comes to that stuff.
Right. So she ended up checking it online, and she started seeing this phone number. Text messages, like 20, 30 text messages, obviously throughout the day, usually around the same time.
And you was deleting too.
Boom, yeah. So I thought I had everything covered together so long. She ain't never go through the phone.
It was like, baby, I'm home.
Bill. So she called she called the chick.
Oh, wow.
So she called the chick before she called me.
Wow.
So she had done already spoke to the chick.
What a homegirl say? Was
She was up front. The chick was real respectful. That's the thing. She was like, look, I know he was married. That's my fault as a woman. And
she never heard deny?
She just kept, I guess she said, yo, the number's there. What
like,
else would I be talking to him for?
I was like, yo,
I work at the bank.
Apparently he has a lot going on with his account.
Right.
Sheesh.
But yeah, once you like, oh, you texting about the account? That's where it got a little, it
man.
wasn't like phone calls, it was text messages. So
Wow.
the chick was up front. She was honest, and she even took the blame. She take my step back. Boom.
Trying to hear that.
And she let her off the hook. Obviously, me and her had our issues going on from there, but we started to fix things.
How was that process of trying to fix things after being caught? Was she trying to nail you to the cross? Was she like, yo, listen, you ain't smash it, so, or did you?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. She know you did?
Yeah, I was up front. I was
up front about it too?
I kept it blunt, bro. I keep
Wow.
it real, man. You know?
How did that conversation go when you let her know, yeah, it went down? Was your palm sweaty?
Outside. Yeah, it was sweaty. It was sweat coming down my forehead, you know.
Yeah,
But it was just up front, and I was like, yo, you got caught up out there. And what happens is in most relationships, we human, so we tend to get comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
So you get comfortable and you stop giving the attention that they seek or one another.
It's very common.
Yeah.
For men and women.
Between both, right.
Yeah.
I guess we was in that kind of little stage where sometimes I felt I ain't get that attention. And then us as men, well, most men, I can't classify everybody in one, but most men, sometimes you want to know, hey, I still got it.
No, so you out there do some push-ups, put on a little shirt, everything matching. Yeah.
Right. So
I don't know nothing about that. I'm happily married.
Right. So I'm like, you just got caught up in all that hype and stuff when I was out drinking, and I was trying to learn and build from it. And so obviously it was a hard moment because she was broken, but then she was pissed off at the same time. So tempers was flaring and things like that.
She was broken, pissed, hurt. How did she direct or handle that with you? How was the energy from her? Was she on some FU type stuff, or was she broken to a point where she's like, why, how, when, all those questions?
Yeah,
she didn't have to ask who, because she clearly knew.
Right. Yeah. She was just like, why would you do that to me? And she felt since the trust was broken, it was difficult, and she would check on my phone constantly. At first, she would bash me about it. Every little chance she would get, she'll throw it in my face and things like that. So you get that animosity,
and you gotta let her have it too.
Yeah, she gotta let it all out. So one way or another, it's
better that way than
that's the bet I
catch
made.
another
that's
dude.
The bet I made.
Yeah.
So
did she ever try and get you back?
Yeah. So that's where we're going now. So she tried to get me back from there one day. She went out with her friends, and boom, they was at a dinner, and she worked at a medical office. It was her medical staff, and some doctors and drug reps and things like that. So there were other males. It was a whole group of people. Then apparently they went out, and after they went out eating, instead of her coming home, she went out with some dude I guess she went to high school with or something like that, somebody she knew from back then. I guess she reached to somebody she knew so she wouldn't feel so bad about herself, but feel good about getting back at me. You feel me? So
she digged in the crates. She went back to
right. She went back to the
Marty
roots.
McFly. She went back to the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I mean, there's not much I could say about that. Of course, I'd be upset, pissed off as well, but at the end of the day, I started the fire.
So how was that for you? Knowing that she was getting back at you, knowing that this was an issue for her, and did you ever feel the fact that this would be a one-time thing, or she might keep doing this until...
Right, and that obviously crossed my mind. I'm like, man, is this going to keep going, or we just going to keep going back and forth? It's either got to stop now. And that's why I told her, all right, we got to either come to an agreement, we going to fix this and deal with the issues behind fixing it, or we just going to go our separate ways, because we can't sit here and just keep going back and forth at each other playing these games. So it's either, boom, you got me back, it's over, we moving on from here, or just walk away.
How was that for you?
It was rough for me. Obviously, it hurt me, and I could feel some of her hurt, obviously. But at the end of the day, I had to keep reminding myself this is the price I paid for what I did. As a man, I had to man up about it and understand that I caused this.
Not many can say that, brother.
Some people, they want to commit a crime or they want to commit something, and
they should never be arrested for it.
They can't deal with what comes, the circumstances that come behind it. So I just took it with a grain of salt and took it on the chin and try to keep moving, because we had kids. We had 2 kids. One I legally adopted, because when I got with her, that kid was a month old. And then biologically, we had one after that. So 2 girls. So we were like, we got to keep the family together. So we started talking things out. We wanted to fix things, but obviously with the trust being broken, it makes it difficult.
Did you guys ever go to therapy?
Yes. She decided actually to let's go to marriage counseling. Of course, me as well as most people react, oh, nah, I don't need counseling. I don't need that. I don't need to talk to the next man about my problems or the next woman about my problems. Plus, I ain't crazy. So you trying to turn that away.
Yo, marriage counseling helps depending on the counselor. There has to be a connection all the way around. And I personally feel that everybody has to come to the table and be honest about the issues. You can't really hide shit if you really want to get out there. But that's just me. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. It helps out a lot. So we went to, I would say, about 3 sessions. Believe it or not, after giving in and going, it actually helped.
3
not
sessions?
Not only helped.
I was doing 30. 40. He was part of the marriage.
Right.
I was asking this dude, you want to come out and clean or some shit?
The good thing was we didn't get that far in, so we didn't have too many issues like that.
Okay.
You know
That's
what I mean? It was just like a little quick,
that one.
Where you stand, where I stand, where we want to go from here. So it didn't really take much, but I feel like the marriage counseling not only helped the marriage at the time, but it helped me grow as a person as well. I would honestly say it's very important, and I encourage anybody who is going through some situations and want to fix their marriage to seek out marriage counseling.
Or themselves seek counseling.
Or seek out for themselves, correct.
Yeah.
It taught me a lot of patience. It taught me how to sit there and try to actually hear somebody out.
Communicate.
Because there's a difference between listening and hearing. A lot of people like to hear stuff. They listening to it, but they not hearing you out. So it's a big difference.
So I used to listen till I fell asleep, yo.
Right.
I would actually fall asleep on purpose, so I just didn't have to hear it no more.
Yeah, exactly.
But, that didn't work out, so I actually had to start listening.
So, sitting there, and I had to wait. I give my speech, and then I have to wait, and she has to actually respond to what I spoke about and mention some things that I spoke about to prove that she was listening, and vice versa. They'll ask me to repeat what she said, her to repeat what I said, to make sure we're understanding and listening to what we're.
So when it came to actually talking about extracurricular activities in a marriage, how were those conversations when talking? A lot of dudes be like, yo, did you suck? You know, all kinds of crazy shit. And females, I don't know what females, they just want to know, did you hit it raw? Right. So everybody got these things that they really like, yo, did you do this? When did you do it? Did you come home and kiss me after that?
Right, yeah.
Everybody's thoughts is different. Like, did you guys have those crazy conversations or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she asked, did you strap up? Of course, that was one of her main concerns, her main questions. And of course I did. You never put myself at risk or anybody else at risk. As far as that conversation, that didn't really get brought into the marriage counseling. It was more of a not so detailed, but more of a why you did that, what was your mindset type of thing, and
you didn't blame it on the Henny?
Get out of here. Nah, that Henny got me going right now, though.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. So the marriage counseling started to help, and we were good. After those sessions, we were good for about another year, and then ironically, I started a new job. I was going to work in the hospital around, obviously, first thing a woman thinks, all these nurses and blase.
You couldn't handle it?
She couldn't handle the pressure.
The jealousy was
eating her alive, man.
Wow.
She couldn't handle the pressure. So every day was a trust issue coming home. Every day was an argument. Every day was...
But did you understand that you actually started that?
Yeah, so I understood, which is why I just said, I come home, I know I got to hear it. But again, this is what I did. It's what I set myself up for. So I got to hear it out until she ain't saying it no more.
Sheesh.
Hopefully. So it was an everyday constant thing. And then the arguments would just get more and more bigger and more aggressive. And she was just violent out the mouth, reckless.
Disrespectful.
Real disrespectful.
You know something? When a female want to get disrespectful, my G, there's no end to that shit, son.
Word.
Females know how to attack.
She was real disrespectful. Yeah, so the trust issues started being a problem, and every day she would just be questioning me and then think I'm lying. And, every day the arguments got deeper and deeper, more disrespectful. And
how did you try to let her know that, yo, listen, I'm not out there, like, I've done that and I'm over it. Right. And I feel like you should get over it too. Like, how did you even try to relay that to her and try to have her understand that?
Right. So I used to try to diffuse the situation by just reminding her, like, listen, if you agree to move forward, you have to give me the opportunity, and you have to, I know the trust is broken, but you have to kind of try to allow yourself to understand that I'm learning from this situation. I myself am growing from this situation, and I obviously don't want to head down this path again and lose my family. I had to just basically constantly remind her about that, but of course at the same time understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
So it becomes a very rocky situation.
Aggression was growing. She was turning into the Hulk.
Right. Oh, yeah. She turned to the Hulk.
Word?
Yeah. So her aggression was growing. And then one day it just got to the point where she actually swung on me.
Like Tyson?
Yeah, like she was going for the knockout.
Wow.
So
did she connect?
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
Nah, you know what I'm saying?
I never got hit by a feel like, so I don't know, like if that joint hurt.
Yeah.
Did she work out before? She was like doing some curls and stuff.
Oh, she must have. But it stung, but it wasn't enough.
What was your response? She was like, "Oh, you did it."
Well, I was stunned at the same time because I actually had my daughter in my hand.
Oh, word.
At the same time that it happened, I was stunned, but at the same time, I had to flip a switch to remind myself to stay composed, because
you ain't hit it back.
Nah, man.
Cheers to you, brother.
God, man, on God.
Cheers to you.
I had to keep composed, because not only did you just hit me, so you hit me while I had my daughter in my hand. I felt like very violated.
Like she was on one.
Yeah. I felt very, very violated at that point, and so it was a difficult, quick reaction. And I just walked away. Just grabbed my daughter. I walked down, and I was like, hold on, this is crazy. But then as I'm walking down the stairs, we had a 2-story house at the time. As I'm walking back downstairs, she tried to hit me with a glass cup.
Oh, so she wasn't done.
Yeah. She
said,
wasn't done.
Get back here and take this ass
Right.
whooping.
The thing was,
Wow.
I had put my daughter down already because I had got down the steps at that time, and then she tried to hit me with the glass cup. So at that point, I ran out the front door.
You're like,
And
policia, policia.
so I run out the front door, and the neighbors were coming outside because they obviously heard her screaming.
they heard
and
the whole
things like that.
commotion.
Right. They heard her screaming because she was a pretty loud female. She was one of those. So if she got upset, you heard her.
The neighbors heard her screaming. They saw you running outside.
Right.
What did they think was going on?
They were confused, man. They like, is everything okay? What was going on? That was the question the lady asked. And I said, well, we were arguing and she just kind of threw something at me. I just want to get my things so I could get up out of here.
So what, she wasn't telling you get out of there. You was like, yo, let me get out of.
Right. I was just like, yo,
Wow.
I'm out. I knew to immediately leave that situation because us as men against the system, we going to lose.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Especially in the state of Florida.
Unless you bruised up.
Yeah.
And she ain't got nothing on her.
Especially in the state of Florida, man. I was outside and then I don't know if it was the neighbors or who, but somebody called the police. So the police come and I'm outside and they're like, what's going on? So she was in the backyard trying to set my clothes on fire, like all my shit. She done put everything in a pile in the backyard.
Quick. She was like the Flash with it.
She done poured gasoline and everything. She
Word?
was heated. Yeah, so I'm like, this is getting out of hand.
I ain't never been there, son.
Yeah, I'm like, this is getting out of hand.
You gonna make me hug my wife tonight. You a foot massage. Like, yo,
cuddle
babe.
real tight.
Yeah, yo, don't burn nothing, baby.
Yeah, so she got a little hectic, and then when the cop was talking to me, one of them went and said it was 3 officers. This is gonna get real interesting here in a second. So it was 3 officers. All of them were white males. One was talking to me, 2 were talking to her. And they switched and they talked to me. The other 2 spoke to me. The officer said, okay. One of them came inside and he's like, okay, we're gonna be taking her to jail. Whoa. And I said, well, what you mean? I'm not pressing no charges or nothing like that. Yeah. I'm just trying to get my belongings. I'm trying to get up out of here.
My gassy,
if
my
you
gassy
here,
clothes.
just help me get my stuff and get word. Sounding like got gas. So I'm like, let me just get up out of here. That's all I want to do. They're like, no, we got to take, whenever we report to a domestic violence call, quote unquote, somebody has to go, usually.
And be locked up?
So then apparently, I didn't know I was bleeding on my throat, like my neck. She scratched me.
Oh, wow.
So I had some blood coming down my neck. I didn't even know. In the heat of the moment, you don't realize those little minor scratches like that. So
caught you
the
with the
officer
Wolverine.
was like, yeah, especially since we see blood. He's like, somebody's got to go. We have to. And she admitted that she was the aggressor. And she also told him he did not put his hands on me.
Now, do you feel that she was saying that just to be honest? Or, I mean, because she clearly was being honest, but also like, yo, don't lock him up? Because, you know, they come straight for the dude.
Right.
Cuffs,
yeah, so,
everything.
Again, I don't know. They wouldn't let me speak to her or even get close to her. Since they got there, we were separated. So I don't know what her thought process was, but I don't know if she just wanted to be honest or try to save me from the situation. But they took her into Pasco. I mean, not to Pasco, to Polk County. So she went over to Polk County. This was on a Friday, so she had to stay there for the weekend.
Chill.
Yeah, till Monday.
So you was with the kids just like, yo.
Yeah, that's it. So I was with the kids, and then I actually showed up to the court when she had a court date on Monday and dropped the charges.
So you had to take off from work and everything.
They were basically trying to force me to take the charges. So for me to not have them press it, I had to go in there and let them know I don't want charges.
See, I've never even heard this part of the story. Like I didn't know that you can actually go in there and say, look, no charges.
Right.
Wow.
So then they made me sit through a 4-hour class. They made her do the same thing while
domestic
she was
violence
in there.
class?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to sit there, and I even called her job just to save her job. I was like, listen, she's ill. She's in the hospital. She can't talk right now. Yeah, I called out sick for her. I tried to make sure she didn't lose nothing out of this. My whole thing was...
Did she appreciate you for that?
She never did, but I'm sure inside she knows. I'm sure she knows. But so much anger was built up from just getting booked in there and never being arrested.
Did she blame you for that?
Yeah, she blamed me for that. She was upset about that. She held it to me for a while.
Did she think that you told him to arrest her, or
No, she knew the situation, but
Oh.
she's gonna always point the finger at me because the argument was with me. So she's like, "This is all your fault that this is even happening," and things like that.
She ain't get no tats like, yo, thug life, nothing.
Nah, no tats like that. Yeah,
Like, I've been locked up, son. Mess with me now.
right. So like I said, I dropped everything and I let them know, listen, I don't want no charges pressed. I just wanted to get my stuff and get out. I ain't want her to get arrested. I don't want her to lose her job. That's the mother of my kids. They still got to survive when they over there, too.
Straight facts.
I dropped everything, and then she came out on Monday. So Sunday night, I left the kids with her mom, and I grabbed my stuff, and I was gone. Never looked back.
So you walked away from the marriage?
Yeah, I walked away, and then when she got out of jail, they actually put an order on us that we could not get within, I think it was like 100 feet of each other.
After the class?
Yeah, we couldn't get in until the next court date. So we could not get, it was like a temporary restraining order against both of us, both parties, because it was a domestic violence situation. So I couldn't see her for the next court date was about another 6 weeks away.
Wow.
So after the situation, we couldn't even communicate for 6 weeks.
I mean,
if I would have texted her, called her, anything, it would have put me on the bad side.
So
The system.
if she would have said, yo, listen, let me holler at you, but let's keep the law out of it, could you even say,
Just protect yourself at all times, man.
ain't lying? Wow.
You know, it could be a setup. And then you start talking normal, and then the argument goes out. And then now it's like, oh, this guy's texting me, threatening me, or this guy's arguing me via text.
Wow.
So it was clearly no conversations. I was calling the mom to speak to my kids.
Damn, man, I don't never want to go through
Yeah,
that.
so immediately right after that, I bought my daughter a cell phone. My daughter about 6 years old at the time.
6, and she had the celly?
So she had the celly, she had the iPhone, you know? So I was like, yo, I'm going to make this easy for me. Make sure I could speak to my kids without having to call her, without having to communicate. Sometimes females get a little angry and they don't want to answer the call, or they play these games to give you the run around. So I knew I'm paying this phone. I bought this phone. I could FaceTime my daughter, see her face
Whenever
and
you
everything whenever I want.
You also were the father to her child.
Right.
How did that now come into play? Like, because her child knows you as daddy.
Right.
But now you guys can't even come in contact with one another. So your daughter had the phone.
Right.
What about her daughter?
Right. So that's a whole nother situation right there. So right after everything happened, we started to go to mediation, and we started to have our first court date to figure out what the custody thing was going to be and everything like that. Ever since we separated, she refused to let the older daughter come to my house.
Even though you all, well, I don't know how, if she knew her.
No, she never knew him. She never met him, nothing.
Word.
Right. So
you was the
I
only
was
dad she knew.
I was dad, yeah.
And she wouldn't,
And
she just
dad.
put you on pause?
Right. So her mom put me on pause, and this girl was 6.5 at the time. She started telling her at that age, that's not your dad.
Now she telling her this?
Yeah.
Man.
So it was like out of spite.
So now it's a
And
psychological
you
game
got it
with the
right.
kids.
It's a psychological game. You know, this girl is 6 years old. She's not going to know how to process any of that, of what you're trying to break
That's
down
the worst,
to her right
when
now.
you start
you know?
developing negativity in the
Right.
kids.
So my plan was I was never going to break this news to her until I felt she was mature to handle it. I said, you know, there's no age for me to break this to her. I'm not going to sit here and say when she's 13, I'll tell her the truth. When she's 14, we're going to play it by maturity.
Yeah, she could be 23, like,
Right.
yo, real
Right.
talk, I took care of you. I ain't had to. Like,
Right.
Wow.
So she stopped letting her come over and stuff like that. And it got to the point where the girl started to call me by my first name, like my nickname.
oh, so she wasn't
You
even
know,
hitting you with that anymore.
Right.
Wow.
But, you know,
she
the
told
love
her
is
stop.
still there. You know, I still pay child support for that kid as well.
Really?
Yeah. So I paid child support for that kid, my daughter, and my son we had, because we had a son right before
Started all the drama.
the drama had begun.
So 3 of them?
Yeah, so there's 3 total, yeah.
So you playing child support for 3 kids? Huh?
Right.
So what is that like, yo? I'm asking only because I don't ever want to know. But what is child support like?
Yeah, you don't want to know, man. It's a struggle, man, and it's a rude awakening to know that you work hard for your money and this money goes elsewhere. You got
Off
a lot
rip?
of parents,
They take it out right away?
Yeah, off rip. Oh, and you know, you got a lot of those moms who, yeah, they might spend the money on their kids, and you got those who the kids, you don't even see the kids looking like they getting money. Like, yo, my kids come to my house and they got shoes that look like they should be tossed. You know, they looking raggedy and
Gucci,
they ain't
Prada,
yo,
Fendi.
she got outfits every week. She going out, got her nails, hair did, her rent paid.
So you ever had that conversation with like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, I've had that conversation several times, and she's like, I have to pay the bills in the house for the kids. But at the end of the day, these kids should be able to get what they need and be kept up to par. I'm not saying keep the kids Gucci'd out, you know,
Yeah, don't do that.
But come on, they can't be walking around here not only in Walmart shoes, but the Walmart shoes look run through. You
Hey, yo, son, you got them sliders on like
yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, that's the frustrating part about it. And then I'm one of those who spend a lot of money on my kids when they with me. And I'm constantly taking them off on trips. The only trips they go on is with me. So I'm constantly spending a lot of money alongside paying child support. But it is definitely a struggle, you know, knowing that you could have that extra money. Yeah, I mean, you get used to the money not being there. But sometimes you're like, man, just knowing that money could have
So
been
you
there.
work one job right now.
Yeah.
If you was to get another job, does that child support increase?
That I couldn't tell you the truth because I don't know. Usually child support is about 17%.
Oh, 17%? I mean,
For
I'm
each
saying
kid,
it like,
yeah,
but
yeah, for each kid.
For each kid?
Yeah,
So that's 17 times 3?
yeah,
Lord
of your
have-
pay a
Lord
month.
have mercy. That's not even pre-tax. That's after tax.
No, I think it's pre-tax. Yeah, it comes out before.
Oh, okay.
As
At least they
already
trying to
set.
give
Yeah,
you a little.
yeah, right. Everything comes out before pre-tax. So it's 17% now. They usually, when you go to mediation, you get the opportunity to set an agreement. So we actually came across in an agreement. I had my lawyer, she had her lawyer, and which that's another thing. It gets expensive, man. You talking
Them
about
lawyers.
$6-7 grand in.
So I see all these signs around talking about
$99.
lawyer, $99. What's up with that?
That's $99 for him to sit down and talk to you like I am right now. That's what
Wow.
that's going to get you.
Damn, homie.
That's what that's going to get you.
Sheesh. So I can't front. When we first moved to Florida and I was seeing them signs, I used to show them to my wife all the time. Like, yo, $99, you could be out of here. But that's what I thought.
That's the real you in.
Wow. $7 grand?
Yeah, about $7 grand in, man.
Just to get out of it.
Just to get it all done.
People
Easy
pay-
to get married, hard to get divorced.
Son, let me tell you something. One of my favorite shows, a show named Married at First Sight. Everybody is desperate. Everybody's in a rush. Everybody's hungry, starving to get married. Oh, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with somebody. Yo, it is harder to stay married than it is to get married. Because you can legit get married to any Joe Schmo
Anybody.
on the street and see how it go.
Right.
Staying married is the biggest challenge. That is the biggest challenge because sometimes in marriage you serving up some shit. Sometimes you eating some shit.
Yeah.
But when it's your time to eat some shit, you got to understand, yo, you done served up some shit. So put your Red Lobster bib on. Get your knife and fork.
Yeah,
and be like, yo, this don't taste as bad.
Yeah, word. So we came across the agreement of $500 a month flat.
Okay.
$500 flat.
All three, everything.
Yeah, everything. And she could keep the taxes every year.
She was looking for a check.
You know, so and that's not bad. That's a pretty good deal. You
And only $500 a month?
When you claiming 3 kids, you getting back a good $6-7 grand just every year in taxes. So
Wow.
you
So
getting $500 a month plus you getting that every
Do you
year.
just get a $500 a month? You definitely spending that bread when you're with them, but do you just do the $500 a month? Because one of my homegirls, she apparently there's like a card or something. I'm not sure about how this stuff goes, but there was a card, and the father wanted the card because he was like, yo, she's going to be with me for the summer. And she was like, nah, you can't get it. The dude wasn't actually giving any money other than what he was supposed to give.
Got you.
So, I mean,
Yeah, so I don't know about what that card is. Maybe they have some agreement
That's
where
in
the
New
money
York.
will
That's
go
in
on
New
a
York.
card. Yeah. Basically, I didn't give anything else after the 500. She tried that at first. Hey, the kids need school supplies. The kids need this. The kids need shoes. And I'm like, listen, you do know I give child support. Do you know what child support is?
That's supporting
right.
the child.
So I said it's
not
easy.
Supporting your nails.
Write it backwards. Support the child.
Yeah, word.
It's to support the child. So I said I give my fair share, and you can't tell me that 500. You spend more than 500 on the children.
I mean, fair to say, groceries is expensive.
Well, here's the thing: she was getting government assistance on that. So she getting food stamps. She getting all that from the government too. So you getting 500. What else you need? It's the 500 is not going towards food. So they should be Gucci. They should have what they need. So I got to the point where I said, listen, you're not getting $1 more. You agree for 500. You sat before your lawyer and came up with this agreement.
500 was
and
sounding good at the time.
500 was enough. So don't tell me you need more.
She's like, well, there's a recession going on and
Right.
Corona.
That's a whole nother
she
thing.
started-
She collecting all them stimuluses too.
Woo.
So that's a whole nother thing. So you good. So it got to the point where I didn't buy nothing for school but a pair of shoes. I'm the one who keep them fly. You know,
okay.
New York, we stay fly.
You
Got
already
to.
know.
So I'm the one copping them the fly stuff. So I would buy them the pair of shoes, make sure they got at least a fresh pair of shoes because I knew she wasn't going to buy it. But after that, I ain't buy a pencil, man.
See, yo,
And,
give you the pencil, but no
yeah.
eraser.
Right.
You gonna have to buy the eraser.
Chewed off eraser.
Yeah, y'all got these erasers from work, son. You better
But yeah, so
get the right answer the first shot.
yeah, fact. So then they got to the point. I'm the type of person that I like to keep my kids looking presentable. Get them nice gear, Nikes, Adidas, all that good stuff, Polo, and so it got to the point where I said, you know what? Whatever you send the kids in, I'm gonna send them home in.
So you was
So everything I bought stood in my house.
I've heard things like
So
that.
I said, yo, I do my part, you do your part.
I've
You got any
heard
issues,
stuff
let
like
me
that.
know. I'm also providing the insurance for all the kids do work and everything like that. So I'm doing my fair share.
Son,
You
I know that
can't-
was kicking
I
in the
can't be
nuts.
giving you some more.
So how's
I
she
gotta
feeling about
eat
that?
too. She had no choice but to understand. I said, go look it up.
Were they with you most of the time or with her most of the time?
They were her most of the time. I had them basically Thursday to Monday every other week.
So
So I had them a third of the month.
as I always say, I don't want to actually find out about this. It's better to hear it than know about it. But when the kids are with you, you said you had them Thursday to
Monday.
Monday. Were they in the same school, or you had to go out your way
Yeah,
to
so
take them
that's
to
another
school?
thing. So they live in Kissimmee. I live on the east side of Orlando. I had to drive 45 minutes just to take them to school, pay all those tolls. Because I'm going towards like Central Florida Parkway area. That's quite a distance if you know the area of Orlando and Kissimmee. I would drive 45 minutes to take them to school, 45 minutes back home, to then go 45 minutes and pick them up, to then come 45 minutes back home. And that was every Thursday, Friday, and then Monday I drop them off at school, and then from there they go home. Those tolls add up, that gas add up, that driving back and forth add up.
Yeah, but she living her best life on them weekends.
Word, living the. Then when she would send the kids with me, and she wouldn't send the older one, she'll send her to her mom. So she was still free.
She was like Cuba Libre,
Right, she was chilling, man.
Blue Martini.
She was chilling. And on top of that, she ended up becoming a stripper.
Oh,
Yeah, so
this gets way more.
this gets way more interesting. So she ends up becoming.
Where she work?
I think she was bouncing around. She worked at Cleo's and another
I know where
spot.
Cleo's is
You
at.
know, like 2 or 3 different
OBT.
spots. Yeah.
Okay.
So about 2 or 3 different spots. So she started doing that for a little while. So I'm like, yo, she collecting all this money,
Untaxed.
collecting my money, and she was working.
So wait a minute. Now, throughout all this, did you ever say to her like, yo, let's work it out? Or you was like done with it?
I was pretty much done because I'm a firm believer that, yo, once you put your hands on each other, vice versa, if she puts her hands on you, you put it on her, whatever the case may be. Once anybody does that, the respect level is history. I'm a big man on respect, but
Yeah, I'm about that respect
it's
too.
always, you could get past it. I'm not saying you can't get past it, but it's always there.
Yeah.
And the minute an argument gets to that heated extent, that person probably is going to revert back to using their hands again.
She became a stripper. That's crazy.
Right.
That's like a whole nother story right there, Playboy. Like the mother of your children, and she out here,
But
showing
then,
the box.
Yeah, right. So she hid that from me. She didn't tell me that. She told me she started a job at a nursing home overnight.
No, she wasn't lying. She was taking care of some older
Right,
dudes.
right.
She was taking care of the older dudes. I mean, she wasn't lying.
Facts. So
But
she said, you know, work at a nursing home. And she said, I work from 9 o'clock at night or something like that to like 3 or 4 in the morning. I said, well, damn, I work in the medical field. What kind of schedule is that for a nursing home? That's some odd hours for night. This shit don't sound right. This
don't
like,
tell me you
this
caught,
some
you
club
saw it.
or this some I seen it, bro. I seen.
You saw her in there?
Listen, so
God.
man, so I'm like, this shit ain't right, man. This something else going on here. Nighttime. So what got me a little heated was one day I'm like, because we still had the same credit card. All the money was pretty much off of it and split for the most part, but I still had access to the account.
So you pulled her move. You said, yo, I'm not even going to ask you.
Let me see what's up with this account. Like, let me see how much bread is it. Trying to find out, like, yo, what's going on? You know, she asking for more money. This was before I knew she was stripping. But what happened was when I looked at the account, I seen the charges at the sex store. And it was literally the night before. So I'm like, oh, what? So then the next day I said, let me check. And there was another charge at the sex store. So I'm like, don't nobody go that often to that store. You go there.
She's very active,
so
son.
I'm like, she getting you know, her gear or something.
Lots
shoes.
of leather, red balls.
Right, yeah.
Oh, she was getting her outfits.
Right.
Ah.
So I seen the charge and I'm like, hold on. So I said, let me go see what's up. Let me go pass through these strip clubs. Let me see what's up, man.
Wow.
So, yo, it just occurred to me, and I'm just cruising. Oh, sure enough, I'm cruising, and I see her car. Because we had a red car at the time, a Volvo. So, it was on black rims. It was
never
low.
have a car that point out.
It stood out, right.
Yeah.
Facts. So, I'm driving, and I seen this shit right away.
Hyundai. Black Hyundai. Get it. With hubcaps.
Word. So, I seen it right up front. So, I said, oh, shit, it's about to go down. So I'm excited and shit. I'm lit, and I said, all right, let me go, and I get patted down by security. So I walk in and I post up on the side, boom, and I start looking around. So I don't see her at first. So then I look over to my left, and over in the corner there's a girl with her back turned. And she's talking to another girl who works there, obviously in her lingerie, what you want to call it. So I'm like, oh, shit, there she go right there. So I'm standing there and waited for her conversation to be done. And then when she walked by, I just kind of tapped her elbow. Wasn't, all obvious. I just kind of light tapped. Oh, what's up?
Wow.
So
what did she say,
stunned.
son?
She was like, she got defensive right away. She probably thought I was trying to bring some heat. And she's like, oh, what you doing?
Like,
What
yo,
you doing
I like women. What you think?
Yeah. Why you here? Blah. I'm like, yo, chill. Hold on. And I'm like, calm down. I ain't here to cause no trouble. I ain't trying to get in trouble.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
just
because you know them bouncers would toss that ass out of there.
Coming by. Yeah, I'm like, I just happened to be coming by, and I noticed the car, so I came inside. I was like, oh, shit, I walked in, and the car's right up front. I mean, you got to drive past it.
Wow.
So I said, I came in. So I'm like, so what's up? I mean, how's the new job going?
how's the senior citizen?
Right. You changing them Pampers back there?
Yeah, her own.
Yeah,
yo, wow.
So,
So what was her name? Like, did she at least have a good name?
Yeah, so she had a good name. She said Lala or something like that.
Lala.
Yeah.
Lala, stage 3. Lala, stage 3. Wow. I mean, did you watch her though?
Round of applause for Lala.
Did you watch her? Like, was she good on it?
Yeah, so check this out. So then I post up to the side. So, she started to calm down a little bit. I'm like, yo, I'm just here to talk real quick. Like, what's up? Why you felt the need to lie? If this is what you was doing, this is what you're doing. We separated. But don't lie to me, because if something happens, I need to know where I'm going.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
We got kids.
Well,
I said,
we separated, but we still,
Matter of fact, where's my kids? Oh, I paid for a nanny.
Word.
To watch them. I said, hold on. You got a nanny to watch the kids?
Overnight?
Damn. I said, where the fuck this nanny came from? Excuse my language. I said, where this nanny came from? She said, oh, there's this website online for nannies, but they get background checked and everything, the whole 9 yards. I said, listen, I don't care if somebody get background checked.
Wow.
That don't mean they ain't a criminal.
Yeah, see?
Some criminals don't get caught.
Yeah, they still skating. Wow.
Some of them don't get caught. Could be a drug dealer and never seen a prison in my life. I'm like, yo, hell no, you better get somebody to my kids now. So then she called her aunt, and her aunt was going over there, whatever the case. Wow. I said, yo, don't let this shit happen again.
I didn't even think about that.
I see my kids with one more person that is not familiar. We going into court. We going round 2.
So she got to do the day shift now. She's stripping on the
Yeah.
day shift. Lunch break. You know, I've been in the strip club during the lunch break, Joy. Yo, people actually be in there.
Yeah, they do.
I
You'd be
was
surprised,
shocked.
man.
Yeah, I was like, I just happened to be, I wasn't working, so I just said, yo, nothing to do. But I was like, damn, all these dudes in here.
Yeah, you'd be shocked, man. So we start talking, whatever. So she's like, let's go to the bar real quick. And she got a drink for us. So we both grabbed a drink, and then we scooted back over to the side. So we was talking so then she had to obviously go walk around and do her rounds and stuff. So she's like, all right, I'm going to go do my rounds. I guess I'll talk to you some other time. I said, well, I'm not leaving. You know, I'm chilling. I'm here. I paid to get in.
So did you pay for a lap dance?
So check this out. So, so listen to this. So I posted up in the back. So I said, do your thing. Don't worry about me. Bro, I'm chilling here. Like, do your thing.
Yeah.
Don't even think I'm here. I ain't worried about it.
I'm just a customer.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm watching, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she do her thing. I sat down on one chair, then she came back around. To answer your question, we didn't do no lap dance, but she just basically came around, like, you know, when they messing with you, standing to your side or right behind you, rubbing on your head, whatever, things like that, your arms,
she was checking
shoulder.
on you.
Yeah, like that. So you wasn't no lap dance to that extent. That was it. So then the club was about to let out. So she said, I got to be at a party. And I'm like, party? She said, yeah, I got to go to an after hour thing. I said, after hours? She said, yeah, I sometimes on certain days I go to this after hour thing to make some more money.
Damn.
So I said, all right. I said, so where's the after hour thing? Because I want to go check it out too. Shit, I want to keep partying. She said, no, you ain't going there.
You can't
I said,
come.
why not? I said, yo, I'm being honest with you. Like, yo, I want to come through and check out the scenario. Versus being some creep ass fool trying to follow you and stalk you.
Exactly.
I'm being upfront, like, yo, I'm trying to pull up. You feel me? So
what she say about that?
So I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to cause no trouble. I was just chilling here for an hour and a half. I ain't caused no trouble. Nobody even knew there was some tense situation. So she's like, all right, whatever. And she gave me the address. So I followed her. It was like this little spot behind another sex store. But they had like a different room or something, like a small dance
floor. You put me on. I didn't even know this joint existed.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
No sign or nothing. Tinted windows. And they were serving alcohol too. Obviously, you get shut down for that. Get arrested on that case, but it's after 3. So we there, and then it's like a real small stage, one pole, and just a lot of music after hours for people to dance.
This just sound like people were smashing off and all that in there too.
So they was bringing out one like strip at a time just for a little round. So she was there, boom, and she was dancing there for a little while, and that was that. Then after that, she went home. I wouldn't put that past it that people there was picking them up and probably taking them to the telly and paying there. So she did that, and then she went home after that. But I would say that lasted probably about a week and a half before she left that, doing that field work. And to be honest, I think something happened, and she might have ran into some trouble and got robbed, because at one point she lost her phone, lost some money, and so I believe to this day there was a situation that probably happened after hours.
How did you feel about that, knowing that this is someone that you actually incredibly intimate with, had kids with, loved and everything, and was in a situation? Was you, yo, fuck it, it's not mine no more? Or did you still feel that concern, like, yo, because, yo, you can't deny you once had feelings for this person.
Right.
So how did you feel once that was the case?
I felt a little bothered by it. I wouldn't say I felt hurt. I was more bothered, like you said, that's the mother of my kids. At the end of the day, that's the mother of your kids out there showing everything off. And obviously I was married to this girl for 5 years, together for 7 years. So still like, damn, that was once mine's, and now it's out there in the open. Like, it's just not out there, it's out there in the open.
It was mine, now it's the streets.
It was a little irking, like annoying and stuff. Try to preach that to her, because sometimes it was like she got lost after everything.
Good girl
like
gone.
Good girl gone bad. I just would reassure her, like, yo, you ain't gotta lose yourself to that extent.
So you tried to be a friend to her.
Yeah, at the same time, like, yo, come on, you degrading yourself right now.
Did she take that negative, or?
Nah, she was actually hearing me out, and she's like, well, I gotta do it for the kids. I'm a single mom now. I'm like, yo, you ain't even give yourself an opportunity to hit rock bottom, to even see if you were gonna struggle.
Well, a lot of people don't want to hit rock bottom.
Right.
Boy, that's rock bottom is a tough place to be.
Right.
You will do whatever you can not to. I mean, shit. At one point, I had like 5 jobs. True Jamaican. from Costa Rica. Like, you know, I had 5 jobs. When I first graduated, I did not want to know what rock bottom was like, because I've been there as a kid, seeing my parents go through it. So therefore, you growing up, you try everything in your soul not to be there. And I guess that she was like, yo, listen, I'd rather do this than be there.
Right.
It's a tough scene.
Yeah, it's tough, but I felt like it was still fresh off the separation. It wasn't even a month in, and you already done jumped to, yo, I'm going to go strip.
That wasn't even a month?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you ain't even given an opportunity to see what your life was going to unravel to be. You just dove straight in, yo, let me collect the bag and keep going.
Was she doing good as a stripper, though, that you know about?
To be honest, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Obviously, she wasn't good with the pole. Takes time, but moving and shit like that, I would have not married her if she wasn't. But
yeah, I feel you.
That was another situation. So let's go back to the situation at the house. So the officers were there and they were talking to us. There was one officer, white male, of course, they were all white. He never spoke to me, not once. And I'm a person that, I'm from the city of New York, so we always on alert.
Paying attention to everything.
I know what's going on. I know what moves are being made. I know if something don't seem right. And
like,
I said,
here
man,
we go with this bullshit.
I'm like, this dude ain't talked to me once. Like, nigga, you at my house. Why you ain't questioning me? The other officers done switched up and spoke to me too, and spoke to her, but he never spoke to me. So something ain't
so
right
you had
here.
Good cop, bad cop, and
right.
cop
so
that don't give a fuck.
Everything happened. She went in. She got out. We now separated. I'm living in Tampa, commuting to Orlando for work for about 6 months, and she's staying in the house we had in Kissimmee, which later on got sold and everything. So one day I'm on Instagram, and she had posted a picture, and somebody wrote something, and it was this white dude.
The cop?
And I'm like, yo. Now, this white dude was like a preppy white dude. So, and I'm far from racist. I love all kind.
He was making
I know her type. And I know, yo, she don't even really got friends like that. Because you know who you roll with. You know who you fuck with. Like, I'm like, she don't even really know nobody preppy like this. So I say, yo, who the hell is this? And I clicked the picture. Boom.
The cop.
And it was the cop.
So he was moving in on a shift.
Yo, I said, the cop. He got her Instagram. That's why this motherfucker ain't come and talk to me. He out there rapping.
Oh man, he's like, yo, sweetie, it's gonna be okay. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I got you.
So I guess when
he said, I got you.
He was waiting for her to come out, and then messaged her. Somehow got her Instagram, phone number, whatever. I don't know if they ever linked or what. That's a whole nother story.
But damn, son, that's not what you're supposed to be doing as a cop.
I said, hold on. I got on the phone and I said, I'm gonna call this motherfucking sheriff company right now.
You hit him up?
I called the sheriff. Yo, I had the lieutenant of Polk County drive to meet me in Tampa by Busch Gardens at the police station over on 30th Street. Yeah, he came to meet me to sit down and talk with his other officer of high ranking. This was the top dog. He couldn't believe it when I left him the message. He said, email me some pictures and then call me back. I emailed him pictures. He said, oh, wow, that is my officer. And he said, you know, I'm going to come meet you right now. It was 3 o'clock in the morning.
What?
They drove to Tampa to meet me.
I wonder what happens is,
I sat down and I had an investigation with them. Internal affairs investigation, the proper word they use. I laid it all out. I said, yo, this dude is breaking my family. I told him, I said, yo, I will fix my family still. And he's causing trouble. I thought when you guys come to my house, y'all come to help, not destroy your family. Then this dude take an oath.
Damn.
And so it sparked fuse. Dude got fired.
See that?
Now, till this day, it bothers me that I never pursued a lawsuit because that was an easy battle. That was an easy settlement, but it was going to cost me, and I was already paying for divorce. I didn't have nowhere to go.
Fees.
Yeah, so everything, just wasn't good timing, but that would have been an easy victory because he clearly violated the oath. He's contacting her. She has a domestic, so he's contacting the criminal on top of that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
You know what I'm saying?
He's actually a predator right now because she's in her weakest spot, and he like, yo, I got you.
Yeah, so that took place.
That's wild, bro.
So it got a little hectic, man, and so the officer got fired and everything, and then she obviously heard about it because he probably hit her up a few times, and she's like, "Oh, you got this officer fired?" I said, "Nah, he got himself fired."
Oh, so now she
I
holding
said,
another
so
grudge
she was
against you.
trying to hold that grudge against me.
Oh,
I'm like, yo, he got himself fired. I'm like, he's a crooked bastard. Like,
You ain't lying.
you know what I'm saying?
yo,
He deserved what he got.
And everybody always protect the boys in blue or whatever. They don't do enough to protect themselves sometimes. Yo.
Right,
Like
right.
some things is just common sense.
Right.
Wow, man.
So after that happened, I guess they had dropped having contact. I guess they was prevented from having contact, or who knows?
He
maybe
couldn't
they
afford it. He
still
ain't got no
do.
job. He couldn't get a cell phone bill paid. Damn, son.
So I don't know. So that's kind of what happened with the marriage there. And basically like the trust had led to everything. And of course, when she put her hands on me, that was like the final ultimate straw. But I would say that not all marriages are bad, of course. And you have your good marriages. Obviously, your statistics show a little different because you see a lot of rises in divorce rates and things like that.
Even bad, you could get something
Yeah.
good from it. I mean, but you got to tough it out. It is what it is sometimes. I mean, hey, listen, some relationships are like milk. When they spoil, you just got to pour it away and move on.
Right,
You know, sometimes you can turn that
Facts.
milk into yogurt, but you
Facts.
just got to know what you're doing and go through the process.
Yeah, and a lot of people always ask me this question, so I'll touch base on this. But I always get this question, and people are like, would you do it again?
Would you?
So I'm like, and it's a tough question because considering everything I went through, court dates, mine, something I didn't mention real quick is when she served me to go to court date, she also tried to press a restraining order on me and say that I was dangerous to her and the kids. So my lawyer was backing me up to the extent where he said, you know, this dude works with kids. Why would he be danger to his own kids? So I had to go to court for that. She brought her new little boyfriend to court and all that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm
And
like,
you had to see that?
yeah, I'm like, this dude here, this dude a fool sitting here seeing what she doing to me like he can't be next. You must be a fool to be sitting through that, man.
Man.
For real.
And he not even around no more, right?
Nah, he ain't even around. She done got another dude and got 2 kids again. Yeah.
5 altogether?
Yeah, 5 altogether,
Woo,
man.
that box is working.
Woo!
Damn.
Yeah, but she tried to press charges. I beat the case or whatever, so I didn't get the restraining order put against me. But that could have put my job at jeopardy. Can't have no
Can't play
restraining
them
order,
games.
especially to that degree where it's showing that you a danger to your kids. Like, how you gonna work for other kids? So she tried to ruin my career, but came out on top through the grace of God. But back to the question is, would I do it again? To be honest, it's not on my mindset. At this point, I'm like, I done lived it, did it. Obviously, I want to settle down and be with somebody.
You want something if
For
it's
the
meant to
rest
be.
of my
It's
life,
meant to be.
yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like it was so much of a hassle of what you have to go through that it's like, do you really need to put it out there on paper just to make that bond official? But again, I won't say I'll never be married again. You know, I just might meet that one, and that might matter to her the most, and she may have never been married, and
Yeah, that
you know,
is
which
true.
may lead me to that position. But for right now, that is the last thing on my mind. Just keeping it real with you,
Bro,
just the headaches and.
I got to tell you, man, because I know you got some places to be. I appreciate you keeping it real.
Yeah, yeah.
You surely kept it 1,000, man. This story took many twists and turns that I never saw coming, yo.
Yeah.
But damn, son.
Yeah,
but you, as
man.
long as, listen, man, as long as the kids is Gucci, you Gucci,
Right.
she Gucci, everybody moving along in good health,
life
especially.
goes on. And right now we cordial, so we speak when we need to. But
Ain't no wrong
you
with
know,
that.
we salute each other when we see each other and agree and all that. And if there's ever my son or my daughter's birthday, we'll cut a cake together and then split ways after like an hour or so. But everything's pretty cordial, so I'm thankful we was able to work it out to that extent. But
That's a big deal. A
you
lot of
know,
people don't be cordial.
For all those marriages out there, man, I just stick to it, grind it out. If you see situations arising, you nip it in the butt right away. Don't let things get out of control. Once they get out of control, it could take you for a spin,
I'm about
as
to
you
go.
can hear from my story. But
Man, yeah, that was a lot of spin. That was a
know.
tornado out this piece, son. I'm about to go massage my wife's little toe. So,
Facts.
like, yo,
Keep 'em
babe,
happy.
I don't want to go to court. I don't want to go to court.
court.
Nah,
Keep
man.
them happy. That's why I've also learned out of it. Like, you never know what anybody's going through. You see me at work, and even going through this situation, I always had a smile on my face. I was always in good moods, always talking to everybody I come across. And you just got to learn how to take the punches and roll with it. And
It's facts.
you
That's
know,
life.
especially in a world where there's a lot of mental disorders and things, like, it's very important to understand that the mind is a powerful thing.
Most powerful
And,
weapon on earth.
Yeah, and just stay focused, stay determined, and you built to get out of any situation you find yourself, and you just gotta be willing to put in the work and deal with what's coming your way. Just keep your marriages strong out, keep pushing, keep grinding, and
it's the truth.
Just understand, if you put yourself in a predicament to make them mistakes, there's a lot that could come your way, and it could come swinging at different angles you ain't never seen coming.
Uppercut.
I ain't never even seen myself being divorced, let alone everything that came towards my way in a matter of 60, 90 days.
Wow.
I'm starting all over. But
son, that's like a movie right there, yo.
Word.
Yo, you should sell that to
I'm about to write
Warner
a
Brothers
book.
or something. Like,
I'm ready to write a book. I just need an author.
Sheesh. I do some things on the side now.
Yeah, right.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. You said you laid a whole lot of facts down with us right here today on Talking Sweet with Sweet Baby Jay, which is me. It's always an anonymous situation. We got Nino here. Yo, I appreciate you, brother, for just keeping it 1,000, man. I mean, your story is not just yours. There's probably a million others living it. But, you know, it's good that you was able to share it with us, man. I appreciate you.
Right, for sure, man. Anytime, I appreciate you for having me. I appreciate the invite. You got a real cool setup here. I look forward to coming again and
we could
sharing
do it,
some
man.
other experiences, man. I done been through a lot. I got a young age, but I've been through a lot, man. I done seen it all, man. Yeah.
That's called growth, Playboy.
But it makes you stronger, Yeah,
man.
But God willing, I'll be back here on the show talking sweet again, man.
I like
Much
that.
love to all of y'all. Thank y'all for listening. And just stay focused, man. Grind it out, talk it out, fight for your marriage, man, because it could get hectic if you decide to turn the table over.
You already know. Good looks, my G.
All
Thanks,
right,
man.
I'm out.
All right,
One.